Stewart-Haas Racing, man. You know what? I'm going to open this with a quote from LeBron James. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, and on and on and on. That was Stewart-Haas Racing's approach to the next-gen car. I don't mean championships. I don't mean wins. I mean penalties. Stewart-Haas Racing has to be the most penalized team in the next-gen era, and today they have been slapped with two more penalties, or one more penalty combined through two cars. Penalty reports out. We talked about it on the live stream yesterday. Yesterday on the live stream, we said it was going to be spicy. It's a little bit spicy. Joey Logano got handed a fine for his illegal glove. Stewart-Haas Racing has been handed points penalties. It's chaos up in here. Let's read about it. NASCAR hit Stewart-Haas Racing with two L1 level penalties on Tuesday after last weekend's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. After NASCAR confiscated the roof rails of the number 10 Ford of driver Noah Gragson and the number 41 Ford of Ryan Preece at the racetrack, it docked both teams 35 driver and owner points in Tuesday's penalty report. Per the NASCAR rulebook, roof air deflectors must consist of parts outlined in section 14.5.6.1.a point, because I know exactly where that is in the rulebook. Additionally, they must meet the following criteria: be constructed of a 0.05 inch thick aluminum, be installed perpendicular in the applicable spots, must not interfere with the functioning of the roof flaps, and must be painted. It's a team part, but it has to meet the CAD drawing. NASCAR Senior Vice President of Competition Elton Sawyer said on SiriusXM radio on Tuesday. And in this case, it didn't meet that. So, Stewart-Haas Racing, man. Talladega 2023. Kevin Harvick gets disqualified for something illegal. Talladega 2022. Kevin Harvick's car, they get docked a big points penalty for something on Kevin Harvick's car. Charlotte 2023. Chase Briscoe gets handed one of the biggest penalties in NASCAR history for a counterfeit part, an L3 penalty. And I feel like I'm missing another one. All four cars in Stewart-Haas Racing in the 2 years and 1 month of the next-gen era have been slapped with a points penalty at some point. It's mind-blowing. It's genuinely mind-blowing. I get pushing the limits. I get bending the rules a little bit, seeing how far you can get away with things. In the next-gen era, NASCAR is not messing around. Stewart-Haas Racing, if this was your first offense, I'd say, okay, they messed around and, for the first time, they've been caught and, okay, they got their penalty. This is their at least fourth offense. I don't even know. Congratulations to you. Yes, you watching this video, you are tied with Ryan Preece in points right now, and you are 6 points ahead of Noah Gragson right now, and they have 2 more starts than you. They don't even show up on the NASCAR app anymore in the point standings because Gragson has negative 6 points and Preece has 0. Noah Gragson has a top 10 this year, and he has negative 6 points now. It's mind-blowing. Stewart-Haas Racing continues to push the limits on these things, and they continue to get penalized. I don't know if they're going to appeal this penalty. That is yet to be determined. So ultimately, they could appeal it, and if they win that appeal, then, turns out they actually weren't doing anything illegal. But Stewart-Haas Racing, it's mind-blowing how much they have been penalized in this next-gen era in the L1, L2, L3 system, and they get slapped with another L1 penalty today. 35 points taken away from Ryan Preece and Stewart-Haas on the owner side. 35 points taken away from Noah Gragson and the number 10 team on the owner side. As if they needed any more, adversity. This team has been through a lot the past few years. It's been a struggle for them. They haven't won a race since 2022 in August. And here they are with yet another penalty. They've had more penalties than they have had wins in the last year and a half. It's a little sad. So ultimately, we'll see what ends up happening if SHR appeals it. But I don't know, man. We've talked about it a lot. Serious franchises, unserious franchises. Stewart-Haas Racing, I'm begging you to go back to that more seriousness because this has been a rough go for you the past couple of years, and you've been handed yet another penalty. Everyone at Stewart-Haas Racing right now is wearing this hat. Speaking of people wearing this hat, I can't believe I'm about to say these words. I can't believe we're about to discuss this topic in a thorough detail. Joey Logano, two-time Cup Series champion, has seen his fair share of penalties throughout his career, whether it's a pit road speeding penalty. Remember, he got a win encumbered at Bristol or Richmond in 2017, and he ended up missing the playoffs because of that encumbered win. He's had numerous penalties throughout his career, some of his doing, like I said, with pit road speeding, some not of his doing. This one, though, this is a first for me, at least, that I've heard of this. It might be a first for him, too. Joey Logano, driver of Team Penske's number 22 Ford, was also dealt a $10,000 fine for modifying an SFI-approved protective glove. Section 14.3.1.1, also known as Driver Protective Clothing Equipment, in the NASCAR rulebook requires protective gloves meet SFI-approved specifications. After qualifying second at Atlanta, Logano was sent to the rear of the field for the start of Sunday's race and issued a mandatory pass-through penalty after the green flag. What happened at the racetrack and the way it was handled was strictly based on performance and using that device, Elton Sawyer, the same guy, said on SiriusXM. Now, altering an SFI certified safety piece of apparel, that's a different topic. Logano's left-handed glove was modified with webbing between the thumb and index finger. Per SFI specifications, gloves shall have separate sections for each finger and thumb. It's mind-blowing, guys. I mean, I did not know that there were specifications for your gloves. I assumed that there were some rules in terms of fire suit, gloves, helmet, all that. But I assumed that was due to safety reasons, you know. It has to be fireproof, fire safe. It can't somehow harm you, but it's for your own safety. So, you know, it's for your own benefit. I did not realize a glove could be used as a device. So basically, I feel like O.J. Simpson here. Joey Logano had his glove on, and in between the finger, the index finger, and the thumb, there was webbing somewhere in here, and you could kind of see it in the video. It's kind of hard to see it, but you can kind of see it. And he had that little bit of webbing right here. Thank goodness I had my hoodie. That's going to serve as the fake webbing. He basically had webbing right here, and he would put his hand on the window net. Somehow, some way, I couldn't explain it to you. It did something aerodynamically, and that's illegal. So, get this glove off me now. Somehow, some way, Joey Logano had an illegal glove that he used in qualifying. Did he use it in the Daytona 500 too? Like, he was wearing black gloves in the 500. He was wearing black gloves at Atlanta during qualifying, but he's wearing red gloves during the race. If the glove fits, or if the glove don't fit, you must acquit, whatever Johnny Cochran said all those years ago. What a bizarre penalty. I didn't know gloves could be illegal, once again, but Joey Logano, he has discovered the rule. So basically, there was the safety aspect. That is what this fine is for, I believe. And the competition penalty, you know, there was talks that there could be a penalty in terms of competition. I was like, are they actually going to dock him points for an illegal glove? No, the competition penalty ultimately happened on Sunday when Logano had to drop to the rear of the field and then do that pass-through on lap one. That was the competition penalty, so no need to dock him any points, to take owner's points away from Team Penske. That would be a little harsh unless, you know, this thing was worth 2 seconds of time. But ultimately, Logano got his at-track penalty. He got his competition penalty, and they just gave him a $10,000 fine. I think he's going to be using his normal gloves from now on. No more illegal aerodynamic shark fin webbed glove piece of aerodynamic masterfully designed thingy anymore. He will be using his normal gloves. As for everything else, penalty report, that's it. It's a mind-blowing penalty report. Seeing Stewart-Haas Racing penalized and getting docked points, as I said, that's not really a surprise. We kind of saw this coming after the parts got confiscated, and then Stewart-Haas Racing just kind of gets penalties taken on them all the time. And as for the Logano glove thing, I woke up Sunday morning. If you told me Joey Logano was dropping to the rear of the field and doing a pass-through, I would have guessed that he failed inspection a bunch of times or that they found a part that was illegal. Nope. It was his glove. His glove. I can't believe it. As for other news, Hendrick Motorsports announced today that they will return in the Xfinity Series part-time with the number 17 car. We're going to see a rotation of Kyle Larson, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, so their normal Cup Series lineup. No shock there. But here's the one I want to talk about. On June 8th, 2024, at Sonoma Raceway, you will not believe who I'm going to say is driving this number 17 car. Give me a drum roll. Drum roll. It's Boris Said. Boris is back. Said heads, get excited, baby. He is going to bring that beautiful afro, curly-haired, awesome. Remember when he threatened Greg Biffle that one time? That was hilarious. The road course ringer is back. He tried to make an Xfinity start with Hendrick last year. I think they had mechanical failures, so I feel like this is kind of like a, hey, let's see what happens when the car actually stays together. But I'm actually really excited to see how Boris Said does. He's a good driver. I know he's getting up there in age, but he's going to be a Hendrick Motorsports car. It's going to be a fun time. As for the other drivers, here's the lineup. Get yourself a look at it. Larson, Bowman, Elliott, Byron fans, get yourself a look. But yeah, that's it for me. Illegal gloves, Stewart-Haas Racing getting penalized yet again, and Boris Said is back. What a random trio of topics today. But tomorrow I got my F1 predictions. I'm looking forward to making that for you guys. I've already got some predictions written down. Going to finish that up tonight. And then I will make that video for you tomorrow. Any other news this week, I will let you know. And at the end of the week, I'll let you know about that too.